Raider reaction is for mature audiences only. So if you can't stand the heat, stay away from the fire.
It's another beautiful day to be a Raider, draped in the silver and black. I represent the shield, I represent the swords. It's that time of night again, Raider Nation, and you've come back. Why? Because it's time. It's time to bring the
What's up, Raider Nation? Merry Christmas. I am the Commish, coming to you live, as always, from Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. And where is that, might you ask? Well, let me give you some simple directions. It's just down the street, past the house with the boarded up windows. Make sure you stop on the corner and ask my man Joe. He's a gentleman and a scholar, as well as a man of commerce. So even on Christmas, if you slip him what you should, he's going to point you in the right direction. He's going to tell you to take a right, and then a left. And as you find yourself strolling down the street, you're going to pass the deep, dark, creepy alley to your immediate right. As you stroll past that alley, a cool breeze will hit you that chills you right to your skeletal core. Is it the autumn wind? You goddamn right! Should you venture down that deep dark alley? Well, of course you should! Because what you're gonna find at the end is a special little place that we like to call deep behind the enemy line. This is Raider Reaction. And as it is every Tuesday, even on Christmas, it's the Raider Nation Report with yours truly. A solid 60 minutes of everything silver and black. And obviously, first off, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and thank each and every one of you that are going to stop in and spend any time with me today. Obviously, it's a holiday. Probably the end of, towards the end of the holiday. Obviously, it's a Tuesday. A lot of people celebrated throughout the weekend. Christmas Eve being on a Monday, Christmas being on a Tuesday. So, by now, the way it is in my house, we're pretty much, it's time to relax and chill and enjoy what's transpired in the days prior. So, hopefully you're at the end, or if you're in the middle of it, whatever. Regardless, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. So, got a solid 60 minutes of everything silver and black for you, as always, on a Tuesday. And there's a lot to get into. Obviously, last night, Monday Night Football. The last stand in Oaktown. I think most of us are happy with the outcome. A 27-14 victory. I think most of us would be very happy with that outcome. Of course, this was a very emotional game. A lot of emotion for, fans that live in Oakland, that travel to the games. There are season ticket holders that live in close proximity that are losing a part of their community. Many different levels of emotion depending on, where you are. Where logistically you're placed in the Raider Nation. Many different levels of feelings regarding that game, knowing it was most likely the last time they played on the hollow dirt in the Oakland Coliseum. Regardless of what shape the facility is in now and currently, it is what it is, and a lot of goddamn history has taken place inside those walls. So, you have to understand as a whole what it was. Fans did not want to leave the Coliseum last night. They were chanting. They were there. There were chants by fans and security of "fuck Mark Davis" echoing through the halls. The chants of Raiders echoed late. There were calls for fans to leave. When they left, they knew that would be the last time they ever walked in there again as a Raider fan to cheer on their Oakland Raiders. Because one more game, a road game in Kansas City, where they carry the moniker the Oakland Raiders, it's most likely it. Next year, I don't know what will be. Possibly just the Raiders. Just a bastardized, nomadic team who really doesn't have a home for one season, just waiting for our palace to be finished. That may be what we're relegated to for the 2019 season. I'm really hoping that we reach out to a community, or a community reaches out to us, that wants to embrace us for one season. I liked the story of Salt Lake City, although I don't believe they have the facility to be able to pull it off. But I like the idea of the community aspect of it, of a community that's never had an NFL team that would host basically an NFL team and reap the benefits and the revenue from it for one season. That community would be all in. They know that would be their only ride of an NFL team. That would be the type of setup that I would like to have. I don't want to go share another fucking NFL stadium with another team. Fuck that. I don't want to go set up shop in somebody else's freaking baseball stadium. Dude, we're trying to get out of a baseball stadium. I don't want to go back in one. Somebody say purple drink? Get out of here, Chihuahuas. Man. Chihuahuas get thirsty on Christmas. There was a couple Raider fan pages. I'm not going to point no fingers and I ain't going to say no names. But man, don't throw out some bullshit. Like go out there breaking fucking news and then post, it's been confirmed. The Raiders are playing in Dodger Stadium. No, they're not. The fuck they are. Oh, breaking news been confirmed. I see it on Fox News. Raiders are playing in the Angel Stadium. No, they're not. And no, you didn't. And listen, if you're gonna post shit like that on your page just to get clicks and fucking bastard shares, because that's what those are. Those are bastard shares. Because you're having your name associated with a lie shared around the internet. No, fuck that. I don't want bastard shares. Nobody wants that. I don't want my name associated with lies. If there's not a link there driving you to a story that, or you can't even go Google search and pull up a story, if you can't associate that with your breaking news, come on, get out of here. We're gonna play all of our home games in London, Raymond. I've seen that one as well. That wasn't as rich as, you know, that one was just thrown out there as a fluff piece. It was like, ooh, maybe. But that wasn't like the breaking stories I've seen a couple of Raiders fan pages running with that already had us playing in some other baseball stadiums up and down the coast. Elaine, UNLV Stadium is an interesting one. That is the Sam Boyd facility. And the thing is that is going to take some major renovations and for it to be able to be up to snuff with what is required. That is currently, it would need expanded to 40,000 people, which would be the minimum for an NFL game. So it would need expanded seating. It doesn't have the NFL mandated security measures. It would really be an absolute money pit. You would throw a bunch of money into it to pull it off for one season, and then you're going to walk away from it because UNLV is not going to use that stadium in beyond, because they're coming with you. They're coming with you to share the new stadium in Oakland. They're going to be sharing that stadium on Saturdays. So it's just not going to happen. And they would have already needed to start those renovations. That was basically a conversation we were having last offseason, that if that was going to be a realistic possibility, that's something that would have been needed to been kicked into gear already. You really don't even have the time to now pull that off for a season that you need to start in September now. There's been talk of San Diego. I've even heard insane talk as so far as San Antonio. Back when we were talking about the original relocation back in winter of 2017, San Antonio is popping up as a possibility. I've also heard it's still a possibility that you're looking at possibly a site in Arizona somewhere. It's really still completely up in the air. Mark Davis has even mentioned that there is still the outside possibility that he would basically fund his own lawsuit. What does that mean? That means he would go ahead and sign a lease to pay Oakland to rent the facility for one more year, even though they're still suing his ass. So basically, he would be lining their pockets to help them fund his lawsuit against himself. So that's a distinct possibility. If he's backed in a corner, none of the none of the other options are really viable. It's hard to say. I honestly think, and they've alluded to the fact that this is going to be an answer you're going to have within the next week or two, and this isn't something that's going to drag out. This is logistically, this takes a lot. This is really going to be something that they have to, put a lot of thought into. It's going to take a lot of the logistical work, travel schedules, just getting games mapped out, schedule-wise. Man, there's a lot that would go into this. You got the gear up of concessions for NFL games, making sure security for facilities ready. All the bells and whistles that would go along with wherever the Raiders are going to play in 2019. Because guess what? Wherever they're going to play, fans are going to show up. I don't care if it's in fucking backwoods-ass Arkansas. Guess what? Raiders are playing. You got a kickoff time. We're showing up and we're tailgating. And we're going to be there. Raider Nation will be there. No matter where you set up shop. So, everything that comes with getting ready for that has to get put in place. And that takes time. Folks, we're talking about next week is January 1st. You're talking about an NFL facility is going to have to host one of 32 NFL franchises in months and be ready to house them by September, really August, to start having a couple preseason games. I mean, you could have the preseason games. I mean, you could make a team play mostly on the road if you had to, but you've got to have a spot ready to go by regular season, and you got to have everything that goes along with it ready to go. So we will see. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. But I really think within the next couple weeks, you're really going to hear about that. As soon as the Raiders season is over next week, obviously, focus number one is going to be on where the hell are we going to play in the upcoming season. So you're going to see that action happen sooner instead of later. That's not going to be a storyline that continues on and on and on through the offseason. I don't see that at all. I think this will be first order of business. You got to find a place to play. Forget everything else. You got to have a home. You got to have a home for 2019. It's not realistic. I keep seeing people that say, well, just tell them to hurry up with the stadium. Yeah. Okay, we're not building a fucking shed here. All right? Do you realize what it takes to build a state-of-the-art facility? It was a 30-month construction build, which was an insanely aggressive build for what they were building. The thing is going up. It's on time. It's coming out of the ground. It's looking beautiful. They're doing the damn thing, but it ain't going to be ready till 2020. So this ain't Sim City. All right, you can't push a fucking button and the shit starts going up. Ain't the way it works. It's just not the way it works. The shit takes time. Don't rush it. Let's keep on moving. Fresno State. Derek Carr's been on. He's been on record as saying he would like to see the home games played there. You've seen so many options, and obviously, you can throw a dart anywhere up and down the West Coast and find a facility that you can really make an argument for. Honestly, you've got major universities sprinkled all up and down the West Coast. You've got major professional baseball facilities sprinkled all up and down the West Coast. You've got other professional NFL facilities all up and down the West Coast. Ex-NFL facilities that aren't being used. The Rose Bowl, which you've alluded to a few times, is still out there as a possibility. There are so many possibilities. But I really think you're going to see it narrowed down in the next 2 weeks. There's been nothing confirmed So, the bullshit stories you've seen, Dodger Stadium, Angel Stadium, Giant Stadium, sharing with the Niners, all of that, no. Nothing's been confirmed. Go Google it yourself. Don't listen to me. Don't believe me. Please, don't believe some of these other pages that would have you believe in just about goddamn near anything here lately. Don't believe them either. Believe for yourself. Go confirm it for yourself. But a simple Google search will show you that nothing's been confirmed. Nothing's been put in writing. Everything is still up in the air. All you got to do is listen to somebody ask Mark Davis, and you can tell by listening to him that hell he don't even fucking know yet. He don't even know. That's what I'm telling you, Tony. It's got to happen. It's got to happen. There are too many logistical things that come into play with what needs to happen for an NFL season for this to drag out. The NFL will force their hand. They will intervene if they have to. This will get taken care of. This will not drag out. You will hear word soon. I give it 2 weeks, and you start to hear really, real talks. Oh, come on, Kevin. Come on now. I think a lot of people would like to see him just stay in the Bay Area. I agree, Elaine, for just one more year. Even if it would be sharing the Niner Stadium, just because conveniently, logistically, and regionally, it puts him in a good spot. So I think a lot of people would like to see that. It's the lesser of an evil for 2019. I just don't want to see the 2019 season turn into this wayward bastard season that just kind of gets lost in the annals of Raider history as that season where we were between homes, and that's what I don't want to see. I don't want to see that. I'd like to see somebody embrace having the Raiders as a guest for 1 year, and let's do something. Try and do something great for one season. That's what I'd like to see. 2 weeks is what I'm saying. I'd say 2 weeks, and you're really, really going to hear, because you got one more week, because you're not going to hear anything to focus on the Chiefs. And then as soon as the season's over, man. People clear out lockers. Once it's over, it's over. All right? Once it's over, it's over. So then you immediately, it's business. Now everything becomes business. And the first order of business is where the hell are we going to put? But our first order of business right now, as we've been doing mid-show, every Raider Nation report for the entire month of December, is we've been adding to our big badass box that we're going to be giving away next Tuesday on the first of the year, January 1st, 2019. As myself and the Commish Jr. will draw one special page follower to give this badass box to. So, if you haven't got your name in the drawing yet for a chance to win this big badass Raider box, I don't know what you're waiting for, because I've given you so many easy opportunities. And I'm going to give you one more easy opportunity right now. As soon as I get done showing you what's in the badass box. First off, on the bottom, we got a 2017 Raiders, our NFL sticker book with Khalil Mack on the front cover. We got a 2018 NFL sticker book with Derek Carr on the cover. You don't just get put in, Hot Neil. You got to earn your way in. And I'm about to tell you how to get in. Now we've got quite a few cards because we've been throwing some stuff in here along the way. We got a nice 3-pack, 3-card lot of Marcus Allen cards in the big badass Raider box. Got a nice Jalen Richard card in the big badass Raider box. Got a chrome Carl Joseph card. Of course, all my cards are double sleeved, all mint, near mint condition. Nice. Vintage Tim Brown card. Most combined net yards gained rookie season. That's a nice card for your collection right there. That's in the Big Badass Raider box as well. I'm getting to that. There's several ways. You can get your name in several times tonight. Got a sticker for them sticker books. It's double sleeved as well. It's a Jared Cook sticker. Get you started off right. But if you want to save it for your collection, we've got it sleeved for you as well. This is a really nice card for your collection right here. It's an early 70s. I believe this is a 72. 1972 Jim Auto. That's a nice card for your collection right there. Very nice card for your collection. That's also in the Badass Raider box. Of course, you gotta have a t-shirt. You gotta let yourself know you're a Raider fan deep behind the enemy line. When you're rocking it around, if you win, you get to pick your size. So you got that as well. Gotta have some patches. So you got the Raider by Nature patch. That goes in the box. Only One Nation patch. That also goes in the box. We got a DeAndre Washington card. That goes in the box. Hey, you may have heard of this guy. Here's 3 cards by this guy. Tim Brown. Those go in the box as well. We got a nice little Howie Long lot. 4 cards. All different years. Howie Long. Nice little vintage 4-pack of Howie Long. That's in there as well. Got to have a couple deep behind the enemy line bracelets. Raider Reaction. Deep behind the enemy line bracelets. Just like what I rock. Throw a couple of those in there too. Lines, that may get you one. That just might. I'm feeling a little frisky on Christmas. Raider Nation for Life patch. That's in the box as well. How about, gotta have some number 24 in there, right? How about the 3-pack of Charles Woodson? Oh, different era cards throughout his career. Of course, we got the Bo Jackson plaque. It's got the 1991 Flair, the Topps 1988, Pacific 1991. It's got this sweet custom mount on the back. Hang it in your office, in your man cave, what have you. Custom one of a kind, mounted in wood, routed in there. All the cards are mint condition. You get that as well. Got a big, nice Raiders patch. That goes in the box as well. Couple of Raider Nation for Life stickers. So you can tag up your ride, what have you. You got the black Raider Reaction t-shirt. Choice of size. Just gotta let everybody know you deep behind the enemy line. You get that. You get the Los Angeles Raiders 25th anniversary patch. This was worn during the 1984 season. It's got all of the historical information about the team up until the day the patch was worn. Patch is in double plastic. It's never been out of there. Very, very nice addition to your collection. We've got the 2018 Pro Bowl, the Autumn Wind Experience, my boy Johnny Cross, pillaging the Pro Bowl. This was from this past spring. Got one of those in there as well. We're going to throw some Cliff Branch cards in there as well. Couple really nice ones. These two over here are really nice. These are old school vintage cards. These aren't no reprints. That's 1976 All Pro card. This one is this is a 1980. Here's a nice reprint replica card. Nice 3-pack of Cliff Branch cards in there as well. And then a really nice 6-pack of linebacker and defensive greats. Napoleon Harris, rookie card. Greg Biekert, Winston Moss, Ricky Ellison, Tom Benson, and Rob Fredrickson. A nice... And then we're going to throw in a couple Raider Reaction stickers as well to tag up your ride. This was given to us personally at the last AFC practice by Derek Carr at this last year's Pro Bowl. It's a 3X Nike Dry Fit, still in the plastic, given to me personally by Derek Carr. Comes with a certificate of authenticity, explaining how it came into our possession. But this was given to us personally. You'll get a notarized certificate with it, explaining how it came. So you get that. Plus, we're throwing in a couple little mystery items in the box as well. So whoever wins it, hopefully they'll video the opening and when they get to go through all this stuff, because there are going to be a couple extra mystery items in the box as well. So all of that stuff in one big badass Raider box goes to one winner. Now I'm going to give you all of the ways you can get your name in the hat right now. The easiest way is I put up a post right before this show started that says, like, share, and follow the page. Help paint the world silver and black. If you share that post and send me a screenshot, you get one entry in the contest. If you just feel like sharing that post 5 times, send me 5 screenshots showing that it was shared to 5 different places, and I'll give you 5 entries. I'm willing to give away up to 10 entries per person tonight for sharing that one post. So if you go share that post to 10 different locations, send me the screenshots to the Raider Reaction Facebook page, I will give you 10 entries into the contest to win the big badass box that we're drawing next week on the 1st of the year. Now, if you go like up our Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, go check the pinned post at the top of the page. All the links are in there. So just go to that pinned post, go click on all the links, like all 4 of our social media platforms, send me a screenshot, I will give you another entry into the contest. That's all you got to do is go like up our 4 platforms, send me a screenshot of you liking them to the Facebook page, bam, another entry in the contest to win the box. And one more way, if you go leave a positive recommendation or a 5-star review on the Facebook page, send me a screenshot of that recommendation review to the Facebook page, you will get another entry into the contest to win the big badass Raider box. So, some very simple ways to get your name in, but a real easy one is go share up that post I just put up, that like, share, follow the Raider Reaction page, help us paint the world silver and black, share that post, send the screenshot of you sharing it to the page, get your name in the hat. If you follow the page, you watch the shows, and you interact with us on a daily, weekly, anytime throughout the month, if you don't have your name in to win this box with all the stuff that's in it, I don't know what to say. I've given everybody every opportunity. I've got a spreadsheet full of names, but it's not as long as it should be. And I know there's some of you guys that stop in here every night and your name's not on it. So, you've got a week. Come Tuesday, I'm not giving you any more chances. By the 1st, that's it. So when it hits midnight on the 31st, there is no limit on entries. Kevin, I've got some guys that are up to 15 already. You can have your name in the hat as many times as possible. So you go like up the... Right now, if you went and shared that post 10 times, went and liked up all 4 of the platforms, and go leave a review, you could literally have your name in the hat 12 times right now within the next few minutes. And that's just crazy why you wouldn't. Come on, it'd take you seconds to do. So, do it. Help us paint the world silver on the black. Help us get the Raider Reaction name out there. And we want to reward one lucky fan to get a chance to win this big badass box. We got some mystery stuff going in as well. So, enough with that. Let's get back to it. Get those screenshots into the page though, because we really want to give you a chance to win. All right. Moving on. So, I heard it all today. Man, I can't believe we won. Why didn't we tank? Why didn't we lose? Now we don't have the #1 pick. Man, seriously? Listen, the #1 overall pick is not all it's cracked up to be. It's really not. It's not always all it's cracked up to be. Do I need to give you Exhibit A? Jawalrus Russell? Mr. Purple Drink himself? The #1 overall pick is not all it's cracked up to be. Right now we're sitting at #4. #1 is now off the table. With the win last night, #1 is off the table. We beat Arizona. They're sitting in the #1 spot. They've already got a 1-game lead on us, and their strength of schedule beats us out as well. Plus, we've got a win over them. So, #1, that's out the window. See ya. It's gone. So, just get that one out of your head. Adam, that would be badass because there's a lot of... we would put a good array of classic stuff. I got cards in there all the way from 1970. There's a good array of a lot of the old historical guys, and that would be badass. And I would love if you would catch that on video. And Adam, do you have your name in? You need to get your name in the hat to make sure you can win. I can't remember everybody that's in there. I will be posting the spreadsheet here in the next day or two. The updated spreadsheet with everybody who's got their name in there. That way, if you see that your name is not in the contest and you want to make sure you get your name in there, I want everybody to know right up until the day before if your name's in it or not. So you got to get a chance to win. So, but back to this. We're not. Listen, if you got a pick in the top 5 of the NFL draft in the first round. All right, right on, Adam. Make sure you send me a screenshot of those. Make sure you send me a screenshot. Gotta have them screenshots to the page because we're recording all that stuff in the special file in the page so that we've got everybody recorded. We're trying to make sure this is all on the up and up. So with the win, obviously, it throws a monkey wrench in the plan for everybody who just thought we were going to lay down all season long. Like, you can honestly get a 53-man roster of professional NFL athletes to all lay down and buy into the fact that you're going to blow the game. That just doesn't happen. You can break the roster down. You can pull certain people out. You can remove talent from the team. But at some point, you still have a group of men on the field who are battling to win. At some point, and what has happened now is you've now removed cancers, if you want to call them that. You've removed egos. You've removed salary to gain picks for future. You've removed all of that now. And what is left and what you've put on the field, that team still had to play together. And what has happened is now that young core, that team that you put out there, is now starting to gel and come together, and they're starting to play well. You're starting to see guys like Eric Harris now with 2 interceptions under his belt in his rookie season. Had the most snaps of any player on the entire roster this past week in the win over Denver. You see Gilchrist grab his 3rd pick of the season. You see him stepping up. You see Kabenda. Tahir Whitehead. Oh, man. Yeah. I was trying to be all positive, Elaine. I was trying to be all positive, and you had to go bring that one up? All right, I'll jump into it. I'll bite, because I was going there anyway. Because everybody tore me up, because I referred to his performance thus far through the 2018 season as hot garbage. And I'm not backing off of that. Listen, the kid leads the league in allowed sacks. I understand he doesn't have the Pro Bowl guard next to him. I understand that. I understand that helps. But what that doesn't help with is getting constantly beat around the corner and getting beat to the outside because you can't handle NFL speed rush. I've seen too many blindside hits on Derek Carr. I am concerned. Donald Penn is an antique. He's not the future anymore. We all know that. We know Penn's he's not the guy that's going to help us. We all know that. But is Miller our future? Do you think he's our future? I'm curious. He hasn't been 100% healthy. But then again, who in the National Football League is through 16 games? I've seen a lot of things and tendencies with him that really, really makes me scratch my head, man. I'm really concerned that we wasted a number 1 pick last season on him. I really am concerned. I'm not sold on that one. I've seen Garyon Conley. I've seen Carl Joseph. I've seen Nick Nelson start to make some plays on defense. I've seen some of the young linebackers, Mo Hurst, Arden Key. I've seen some bright, shining things. I haven't seen the things I should see out of Colton Miller to make me feel as optimistic as I do with some of the other young guys. Dan hits the nail on the head. Maybe he needs to go to right tackle, and maybe he would be best at right tackle. But that takes me back to the beginning of the question, Dan, is where we at with Donald Penn, who's an antique? This guy was supposed to be the new guy. Sharp doesn't appear to be. We grabbed Sharp the year before, who was supposed to be the heir apparent last year to Donald Penn, who then he came in. He didn't look like he was going to be the guy. He hasn't really been healthy either. So now are we back to now looking again in the offseason or through the draft for our left tackle who's going to protect our franchise quarterback? Because that worries the hell out of me. Because if that's where we're at, again, then that's a big fail coming out of the 2017 draft. Because Freddie, neither one of those guys has given me anything to be super excited about. I haven't looked at either one of them and thought, no, neither one of them. I've seen a lot of things that make me more feel like that. He was injury prone at UCLA, and that was one of the things I said right after we drafted him, is he's never been that guy. Now, like I said, I've been super excited about Marcel Aitman. Some of the young guys I've seen on offense. Dwayne Harris has been a nice addition. Not necessarily a young guy, but he's been a nice addition. I mean, look at what he did yesterday. The guy's made some. He's just been brilliant back there on special teams, and the way he thinks on his feet is amazing. I mean, he made the play with them stepping out of bounds the week or two ago on the kick return, and the goddamn announcers didn't even know what the fuck he was doing. Fucking clowns. And to hear the guy's making a brilliant play, and you guys are acting like he's an idiot. You guys are the fucking idiots. You didn't know what he was doing. He's a goddamn genius out there. Goddamn genius, Forrest. These guys, these fucking announcers. These announcers. I tell you, the announcers we had yesterday, my God. Witten. Bad. Bad. We did... And Booker, come on, man. This new Monday Night Crew is just not good. It's just not good. I wasn't a huge fan of Gruden in the booth, quite honestly. I'll come right out and say it. I wasn't excited about Gruden in the booth on Monday Night Football either. Monday Night Football to me hasn't had a great team for a while. Oh, I'm so glad we haven't seen Reggie Nelson for a minute. And you know what? As much as I've called, I've got to come out and say, because I have been calling for the removal of Doug Martin for quite some time. Pretty much all damn season. I wanted to see more out of DeAndre Washington. I wanted to see more out of Jalen Richard. I think those are two young guys that have the possibility to make the team again for the next couple of years and be something. I wanted to see what these guys could do. Doug Martin, we're not going to see any more out of Doug Martin than what we've seen. But you know what? Doug Martin made me crow a little bit this week because he came out and he really freaking balled out and had a hell of a game going over the century mark, and 21 attempts for 107 yards, a touchdown, his longest 24 on the big run. It was nice. It was a nice, very nice performance by Doug Martin. And I gotta give him big props. Carr and Nelson was the other big offensive hookup. Nelson was targeted 10 times, caught 7 balls for 75 yards, as long as being the 16-yarder. It was those quick slants. They came out with a great game plan. They didn't stick Derek Carr in the pocket, standing back there for a long time. They don't have the line in front of him to sustain the pocket. So they came out with the quick drop, getting out to those quick slants. They were moving the ball on the ground, and the quick pass plays. If you go look at his passing chart again, everything's pretty much 10 yards or under again, and just deadly accurate, short passes, getting out of the pocket, getting that ball out of the pocket quick so that he's not under duress, getting it out of there. 19 for 26 for 167. No touchdowns, but again, most importantly, 0 picks. Again, the man has been the model of consistency when it's come to interceptions. He's not making bad decisions with the football. And if you don't make bad decisions with the football, 9 times out of 10, when it gets down to the end of the game, you've got a chance to win. Your team's in it. 9 times out of 10. If you make good decisions with the football, don't force it, don't turn the ball over, you're going to win the game. So as long as he continues to do what he's doing, I think we're going to be all right. I like what I'm seeing out of our defense. I like what I see out of Gilchrist. I like what I see out of Carl Joseph. I mean, Carl Joseph is out there. The most important was the W. That was nice. I like what I see out of Carl Joseph. This kid plays with a reckless abandon. He comes in, he forgets all about his own well-being and lights a guy up. There's just something special about that. Something really special about that excites you when you're watching it. Garyon Connolly, man, I really wanted to see Connolly play in this game. I was really bummed out to see he's still stuck in concussion protocol. But if you did see the play where he did bounce his melon off of the turf, it snapped the head back and back of the head on the turf. Pretty hard. It happened right there, immediately. You could tell that he rung his bell. And it's unfortunate that he missed another game. But you know what? At this point, when the season is the way it is, I don't need to rush a guy back. Not a guy that valuable. Garyon Connolly has proved to me this season I know what he is. Okay? I know what Garyon Connolly is. He's a phenom. He's everything he was advertised to be. He's everything I said all offseason he was going to be. That he was going to be our number one corner by week 4 of this season. And by God, he proved it. He's going to be our number one corner. He is our number one corner. Period. That guy's our future. If he's a little cloudy in the head, we're a fucking goddamn 3 or 4 win team. Set his ass down. We'll see you in 2019, Garyon. There's no bring him out for what? Give Nick Nelson some extra snaps and let's roll with it. That kid needs to get some reps too, quite frankly. Now, I like to end every one of my little Raider Nation reports with a special little segment that I like to call the WTF. And tonight, I want to touch on a subject that I feel strongly about. And that is the fact that a professional athlete, an NFL player, a grown-ass man can have his entire livelihood, his entire career, everything he has taken away from him and stripped from him because he went out on a Friday night and smoked a doobie with his buddies at some concert or chilling in their garage, listening to some music, what have you. Listen, most other most other professional sports are not even testing their athletes for marijuana usage anymore. It's not one of the scheduled drugs they're even randomly testing for. The NBA is not even testing for it. It's still on their banned substance list, but they're just not testing for it because they understand that there are states in our own country that have this legalized for recreational usage. There are many states that have legalized it for medicinal purposes because, quite frankly, it helps with CTE. It helps with concussion recovery. It helps with a lot of recovery and a lot of medical things that occur to the body and the mind by being an NFL athlete. The NFL needs to not live in this archaic age and needs to come around to a much more modern thought process regarding the usage of its athletes in marijuana. You should not be able to ban a guy for an entire season for smoking a joint. When you are getting guys that are only getting banned a week or two for assaulting women. it's just not right. You're seeing in the last week, we've seen 2 NFL wide receivers, Martavis Bryant and Josh Gordon, put out of the season indefinitely. Neither one of them will probably ever play again. And why? Because they got high. Now, there seems to be more to the Josh Gordon story. He may like a bit of everything, but if it was just the weed, I think we've really got to come around to the fact that marijuana holds a lot of medicinal purposes and a lot of medicinal values, and pumping these athletes full of prescription pills and opiates and everything else that are causing all of these other addictions, and addictions to painkillers, addictions to Oxycontins, all these opiates addictions, and depression and suicidal thoughts and all this other stuff. There's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. And if you see all these positive studies and guys that have had seizures and have dealing with the effects of CTE and are using medical marijuana to help and aid in that process, and it's benefiting them, and the NFL is just way behind the curve on this one. And if I see another guy get suspended for smoking weed, I just have to look at the league, man, and say, what the fuck? Get it together. This is something that could really, really help these athletes. These guys are dealing with head injuries, and there's a lot of medicinal values to this. There's a lot of studies out there. A lot of the ex-athletes that have come out there are championing this cause, and it's something that really shouldn't be stigmatized like this is the 60s. This is 2019 we're coming up on. It's a new day and it's a new age. The shit should be legalized border to border as it is. So, let's get it real. We shouldn't see athletes put out of the league for relaxing on Thursday and smoking a joint. I mean, seriously, get the hell out of here. Thank you all for joining me, each and every one of you. Make sure you get them screenshots into the page. Get a chance to win this big badass Raider box. Get your name in the contest. We've only got 1 week left. We are drawing a winner next week, right here, live on the page. So make sure you get your name in. Thank you all for joining me, each and every one of you. I appreciate all of you joining me. As always, our band of pirates, without you, we would be nothing. You guys are the shit. Merry Christmas to all of you. Happy holidays. Spend the rest of the evening with your families. Chill out, because I know a lot of us got to go back to the grind tomorrow, and I'm one of them. But enjoy the rest of your Christmas, rest of your holiday, and thank you for joining us, each and every one of you. I'll be right back here tomorrow. Goes to the post. But until then, I'm out. Peace, love, Raider Nation!